Hello, everyone. Here is the voice of philosophy. Today's lecture, Unit 16, Philosophy in the Age of Social Distance, Heidegger's Existence Philosophy. Chapter 1, Coronavirus Infection and the Meaning of Philosophy. Nowadays, the world as a whole is grim with the coronavirus. Hundreds of thousands of people died of coronavirus. In order not only to prevent the rapid spread of Corona-19, but also to help all the countrymen overcome infectious disease and face a bright day again, one of the most important things that needs to be done day by day is social distancing. It is most desirable to refrain from group and social life as much as possible and stay alone at home. At the situation of loneliness and tranquility, man can reflect on his inmost possibility. In the repeated busy life, man can forget his own character and his talent. In the age of the social distance, we can rediscover our strengths, especially that of thinking and philosophizing. The idea that I want to meditate on at times like this is the philosophy of existentialism. In general, existentialism regards individuality and isolation rather than human sociality as a human nature. In other words, in social intercourse and accommodation, humans lose their own possibility to change and become popularized, averaged, and suitable. At one time, the philosophy of existentialism was very popular in the Western society, including Japan and Korea. After the movement, postmodern philosophy created a great sensation, which has also been dormant. The long-lasting time of a corona pandemic is fit to rediscover the value of the philosophy of existentialism. Chapter 2, The Essence and Existence. Martin Heidegger's philosophy is often called existential philosophy. The existence was originally a concept of the medieval scholastic philosophy, but it is now in a new limelight in modern times. In the Middle Ages, the meaning of the existence is well disclosed as opposed to the essence. The essence is the oneness of things. For example, the essence of human is a rational animal. According to Aristotle, however, the essence of human as a rational animal doesn't imply that man makes always rational choices. Man's rationality might refer to his effort to be rational, reasonable. Moreover, the essence is identical to the definition. The essence is also called nature. Therefore, essence equals definition equals nature. And the finite being is a synthesis of essence and existence in its composition. The essence can be separated from essence of finite being. For instance, even if I have the perfect essence of the $1 million, it's a separate matter whether it actually exists before me. For another example, my mother has already passed away. However, I still remember her vividly. In other words, the essence of my mother remains in my mind, but there is not existence of her anymore. This is the relationship between nature, essence, and existence. Therefore, in finite beings, the essence can anytime be separated from existence, whereas in the case of God, who is an infinite being, the essence is not different from its existence. Therefore, the both parties cannot be separated in God. The existence concept of the medieval scholastic philosophy was given a special meaning of that word, especially by Martin Heidegger. According to him, only humans are inherently existential. Heidegger used the concept of existence in his own way. Lovely to say, Martin Heidegger expanded the realm of essence of the man. Human is existential by Heidegger, while traditionally man is said to be rational. In the Middle Ages philosophy, on the other hand, all things have existence. In this sense, Heidegger wrote his main philosophical book, Being and Time, in German, Sein and Zeit. According to Being and Time, human being is the basis of all things. Here, human being does not mean ordinary people, but humanity who has a fundamental relationship with the world and throw themselves in it. The existence of such a human being is called being there, equals Dasein. 3. Existential ontological analysis of man. By Heidegger, human is alone existential and ontological. Here, reinterpreted the traditional categories of the existence and ontology in his own way. Moreover, his existential ontology is said to lay the foundation of all other sciences. The pursuit and analysis of Dasein is called existential and ontological analysis. The primary object of the existential ontological analysis is the being there, Dasein. His philosophical attitude is like that of Immanuel Kant. Kant wanted to investigate the essence and the limit of the human cognitive faculty. The meaning of Dasein is ahead of itself, being already in the world as being alongside entities encountered within the world. Sich vorweg schon sein in der Welt als sein bei in der Weltliche begegnen dem Sein enden, being and time. This is called the actual framework of the existence. The concept of the being ahead of itself refers to the fact that human being has the will, desire, goal, plan, etc. Human being is inherently practical. Man is moral, purpose-driven. He is a being of a promise. In other words, Heidegger turns the traditional concept of the practical will into his term being ahead of itself, whose meaning also includes making a decision. Being already in the world refers to the surrounding circumstances around the subject. These circumstances naturally involve a feeling, emotion, or mood. Heidegger formulated the surroundings with the mood as Befindlichkeit in German, whose meaning is, in other words, where to find oneself or where to live. Simply, being alongside entities encountered within the world describe the way of our social everyday self. Human beings almost understand themselves from the social standpoint. They cannot find themselves in the inmost possibility, capability, because they are social beings. However, the social existence of man often suffocates one's inherent possibility. Therefore, Heidegger characterized the social self as falling, verfallen. For Heidegger, the notion of falling, verfallen, relates to the predominant patterns of the behavior that we fall into in our daily lives. Our daily conversations and behaviors are the proof of this idea. We are living our daily lives without knowing our own existential possibility. This is called falling, verfallen. Falling cannot be neither normal, moral, nor social wrongdoing, but it is a mistake with respect to one's own sincerity, authenticity. Nobody can criticize this socially acceptable behavior and language, although it contradicts his inmost possibility, sincerity. Thus, falling is simply a nature of our being as Dasein. It is the same as insincerity to oneself or unfaithfulness to oneself. Our social, everyday self demands from us to fall from authenticity of ourselves. We fall back into our everydayness and simply behave the way we have been taught, which is socially acceptable rather than realizing ourselves as a possibility. As a matter of fact, one's social self is not always falling, insincere, or unfaithfulness, but is almost right and necessary. However, at the moment of difficult personal decision, one's social self must be overcome instead of falling in order to make the authentic possibility, existence, and Dasein. So far, so good. This is the end of my lecture. See you tomorrow.